Decoding the meaning behind royal women's brooches. When it comes to royal fashion, the attention is often drawn to the elegant gowns and sparkling tiaras. However, there is one accessory that holds great significance and is often overlooked: the brooch. It is through their choice of brooches that royal women convey hidden meanings and secret signs. These brooches not only serve as fashion statements, but also offer insights into their thoughts and emotions. Queen Elizabeth II, in particular, was known to express her sentiments through her brooch selection. Queen Elizabeth II had a vast collection of over 100 brooches, each with its own symbolic value. Her choice of brooches, usually worn on the left side, often reflected her connection with the person, country, or organization she was visiting. In some cases, it would also evoke the memory of someone dear to her. Her brooches became a way for observers to decipher her thoughts and intentions. But Queen Elizabeth was not the only royal woman to understand the emotional power of jewelry. The younger generation of royals has also embraced the brooch code and its subtle meanings. They now wear brooches as a tribute to the late queen herself, carrying on the tradition. Let's explore some of the significant brooches worn by royal women. 1. Queen Mother's Shell Brooch. This brooch, formerly known as the Courtauld-Thompson Scallop Shell Brooch, was a cherished possession of the Queen Mother. Designed by Courtauld-Thompson, it features a shell-shaped design made of diamonds and a pearl at the base. Strings of diamonds dangle beneath the shell. The brooch was passed down to Queen Elizabeth II from her mother and was worn on special occasions such as the unveiling of a statue honoring her mother and her granddaughter Zara's wedding. Queen Camilla also recently wore this brooch at Royal Ascot, alongside King Charles. 2. Queen Mary's Sapphire Brooch. The Russian sapphire cluster brooch was a favorite of Queen Mary, King Charles's great-grandmother. It was gifted to her in 1893 by Empress Marie Fyodorovna of Russia. This exquisite brooch, crafted in the late 19th century, features a large diamond and sugarloaf sapphire set in an intricate geometric scroll design. It contains 18 diamonds and 8 to 10 sapphires, with an estimated value of $680,000. Queen Elizabeth II often wore this brooch, and Queen Camilla paid a subtle tribute to her by wearing it to the Commonwealth Day service. 3. Gold Shamrock Brooch. The Princess of Wales, Kate Middleton, has been frequently seen wearing the Shamrock brooch. This textured gold piece, featuring a small emerald at its center, is believed to belong to the Irish Guards. It has been loaned out to royal ladies associated with the regiment. The brooch's history dates back to Queen Alexandra, wife of Edward VII, who initiated the tradition of royals handing out actual shamrocks to the Irish Guard. Kate wore this brooch at the Irish Guard's St. Patrick's Day parade, and also at Trooping the Colour to highlight her role as Colonel of the Irish Guards. 4. Prince Albert's Brooch. The Prince Albert brooch holds a special place in the royal family's heirlooms. It was given as a wedding gift to Queen Victoria by Prince Albert in 1840. The brooch features a sapphire surrounded by 12 round diamonds, set in gold. Victoria treasured this brooch and wore it regularly, and it became one of the designated heirlooms of the crown. Since then, it has been worn by several queens and consorts, including Queen Elizabeth II and Queen Camilla. It holds historical significance and was recently worn by Camilla during their state visit to Germany. 5. Prince of Wales Feathers Brooch. Kate Middleton wore Queen Alexandra's Three Feathers brooch, also known as the Prince of Wales brooch, during the state visit of King Charles. This historic piece features a diamond-encrusted Prince of Wales feathers emblem, encircled by diamonds, emeralds, and rubies. It was gifted to Queen Alexandra on her marriage to the future King Edward VII in 1863. Princess Diana also wore this brooch, gifted to her by the Queen Mother, and it returned to Queen Elizabeth's collection after Diana's passing. Queen Camilla has also been seen wearing it on various occasions. 6. Queen Elizabeth's Canadian Maple Leaf Brooch. This diamond maple leaf brooch, crafted by Asprey, was initially given to the Queen Mother by her husband, King George VI, during their state visit to Canada in 1939. Throughout the Second World War, the Queen Mother frequently adorned this brooch, pinning it to her hat while touring bombed areas of Britain and wearing it on her shoulder during visits to ammunition factories. In 1951, Princess Elizabeth, who would later become Queen Elizabeth II, wore the brooch during her first visit to Canada, standing in for her ailing father. The maple leaf represents Canada's national symbol. After her mother's passing in 2002, the late Queen inherited the brooch and continued to wear it for events related to Canada. Queen Camilla and the late Princess of Wales were also seen wearing this brooch during their visits to Canada. During her inaugural visit to the country in 2011, shortly after her wedding, Kate adorned the brooch along with a maple leaf red hat. In 2016, she elegantly adorned a simple red preen dress, accentuated only by this brooch, during a reception at Government House in Victoria. 7. Hessa Diamond Jubilee Brooch. To honor the late Queen Elizabeth during her funeral in September 2022, the women of the British royal family wore symbolic pieces from her jewelry collection. Queen Camilla opted for the Hessa Diamond Jubilee brooch, a heart-shaped pin inscribed with the number 60 in Cyrillic numerals and adorned with 3 cabochon sapphires. This brooch was a gift to Queen Victoria from her 8 grandchildren on the occasion of her Diamond Jubilee in 1897, celebrating her remarkable 60-year reign. Queen Elizabeth surpassed this record, reigning for 70 years before her passing. The brooch, valued at over $20,000, remained in its box for many years after Victoria's death. Camilla has since worn the brooch for various events, including state visits to Philadelphia in 2007, Japan in 2008, and Canada in 2009. 8. Welsh Guards, Leek Brooch, the original Welsh Guards. Leek brooch was specially designed for Queen Elizabeth II in 1960, using drawings by Welsh guardsmen. This brooch was presented to the late monarch as a regimental gift, funded by the guardsmen themselves, with each contributing 12.5 pence. The brooch held great sentimental value for Her Majesty, who ensured its presence at most events involving the Welsh Guards. One of its final appearances was during the modified Trooping the Colour ceremony at Windsor Castle in 2020. Replicas of this beloved brooch are owned by several members of the royal family. Princess Diana, while holding the title of Princess of Wales, wore a replica during a parade of the 1st Battalion of Welsh Guards in London in 1990, after receiving the piece in the mid-1980s. Kate, too, wore a brooch, possibly the original, while joining Prince William at a St. David's Day military parade in March. Queen Camilla also wore a replica on her lapel during King Charles's first trip to Wales after his mother's passing in September 2022. Although stylistically different, all the replicas and the original hold the same significance. 9. Horseshoe Brooch. Princess Charlotte made her public debut wearing a significant piece of jewelry, a delicate silver diamond horseshoe brooch, during the funeral of her great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth. It was reported that this brooch was a gift from the Queen and a fitting tribute to Her Majesty's passion for horses. The Princess of Wales previously mentioned that her daughter has inherited this love for horses. Interestingly, this brooch is identical to one owned by Queen Elizabeth's mother, the Queen Mother, in the 1920s. It was a gift from her mother-in-law, Queen Mary. The Queen Mother wore this brooch for a portrait taken in 1929. 10. Stick Insect Brooch. While attending the procession of Queen Elizabeth's coffin from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Hall last year, Queen Camilla caught attention with a stick insect brooch. This bug-themed piece is believed to be from her personal collection and has been worn on multiple occasions over the years. The brooch holds sentimental value, as it was a gift from Major Bruce Shand, Camilla's late father, before she joined the royal family in 2005. Its estimated worth is between £40,000 and £50,000. Camilla has been seen wearing this diamond brooch at memorials and events related to remembrance. 11. Gold Scarab Brooch. Among the extensive jewelry and brooch collection of the Queen, one stood out remarkably: the gold scarab brooch. This sentimental piece featured more than 20 carats of cabochon rubies, known to symbolize love, set on a unique yellow-gold setting. Designed by Andrew Grima, renowned as the father of modern jewelry, the brooch was a personal gift from the Duke to the Queen in 1966. Queen Elizabeth first wore it during an appearance outside Bournemouth Town Hall that same year, accompanied by Prince Philip. She cherished this brooch, wearing it on numerous occasions, including the start of her Golden Jubilee tour in Falmouth in 2002 and the official Platinum Anniversary portrait with Prince Philip in 2017. Notably, she wore it to Prince Philip's memorial service in April 2021. 12. Diamond Strawberry Brooch. During the late Queen's funeral, the Duchess of York, Sarah, paid a heartfelt tribute by adorning an elegant brooch featuring a strawberry motif. The subtle design showcased 2 black strawberries adorned with silver diamonds. Sophie's brooch perfectly complemented her dress, embroidered with lily-of-the-valley motifs, the Queen's favorite flower. It was believed that strawberries held a special place in the Queen's heart as one of her favorite fruits. 13. Richmond Brooch. For Prince Philip's funeral service in September 2022, Queen Elizabeth selected the diamond Richmond brooch, one of the many pieces inherited from her grandmother, Queen Mary. This significant brooch was among the wedding gifts received by Princess Mary of Teck when she married Prince George in July 1893. The brooch, crafted with pearls and diamonds set in silver and gold, was a cherished piece. Queen Mary frequently wore it as a necklace, and sometimes as a brooch without its pendant, even placing the pendant in her hair. Queen Elizabeth also cherished this brooch and wore it on various important occasions, including her meeting with Pope John Paul II in October 2000 and Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding in May 2018. 14. Diamond Swallow. Brooch. Sarah, Duchess of York, chose an intricate silver diamond-encrusted swallow brooch for the Queen's funeral. Swallows hold a poignant place in Victorian jewelry as they symbolize safety, indicating the presence of land nearby, assisting sailors in finding their way home. Sarah's selection of this motif may have been a mark of respect for her former mother-in-law. The swallow could also signify the Queen's journey to heaven, as it symbolizes the incarnation of Christ and his resurrection in Christianity. Additionally, it could be a nod to the late Queen's love for nature and animals. 15. Queen Mother's Hair Clip. Brooch. As a wedding gift from the Queen Mother, Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, received Art Deco diamond clip brooches when she married Prince Edward in 1999. These versatile Cartier pieces could be worn as 1 or 2 separate brooches, and were believed to have been purchased by King George VI in the 1930s for the Queen Mother, when she was still the Duchess of York. The brooches, composed of round, brilliant, and baguette diamonds, formed a flowing petal shape that resembled a bow when the stems were joined. The Queen Mother often wore these clips on her hats during the 1930s, such as during King George V's Silver Jubilee in 1935. Sophie first wore these diamond clip brooches for the Queen Mother's 99th birthday shortly after her wedding, and also at her funeral in 2002. The Duchess of Edinburgh has been spotted wearing the brooches at Royal Ascot on multiple occasions. Given that these were among the few royal heirlooms personally owned by the Queen Mother, it signified a particular approval for Sophie, the wife of her youngest grandson. 16. Equestrian Brooch. Lady Louise Windsor, the Duke of Edinburgh's granddaughter, paid a personal tribute to him during his 2021 funeral in Windsor. Lady Louise, who shared a special bond with her grandfather through their mutual love for carriage driving, wore a carriage-driving brooch, a token of their shared hobby. She also donned the sentimental brooch at his Thanksgiving service in March 2022. 17. Snowden Floral Brooch. Princess Margaret received 3 diamond floral brooches from her first husband, Anthony Armstrong Jones, as a wedding gift in 1960. She frequently wore these brooches, especially for evening events. Years later, her daughter Lady Sarah Chatto transformed the brooches into a new floral tiara for her own wedding in 1994. Lady Sarah continues to wear these brooches on special occasions, including her mother's funeral in 2002 and the late Queen Elizabeth's funeral 2 decades later. 18. Queen's Diamond and Pearl Leaf. Brooch. Among the late Queen's vast brooch collection was the diamond and pearl leaf brooch, which remained unseen for nearly 20 years until it adorned Kate, the Princess of Wales. This stunning brooch features 3 pearls nestled within a pave-set leaf, crafted from yellow gold. Kate wore the brooch alongside Princess Diana's diamond and pearl drop earrings during a trip to Belgium in 2017. Royal enthusiasts speculated that this choice of brooch might have been a homage to the late Queen, given her fondness for pearls. 19. Queen Mary's Celtic Knot. Brooch. In 1893, Mary of Teck received the diamond Celtic knot brooch as a lavish wedding gift from the future Tsar, Nicholas II of Russia. This brooch, adorned with a cabochon emerald, was rarely worn by Queen Mary, but it eventually passed to Queen Elizabeth II. In recent years, Queen Elizabeth paired it with the Vladimir tiara and Cambridge emerald parure for notable occasions, such as the first Irish state banquet in 2014. More recently, Queen Camilla wore the Celtic knot brooch during a visit to the Coronation Garden in Northern Ireland. 20. Queen Victoria's wheat ear brooches. Queen Victoria received a trio of mirrored pairs of brooches in 1837. These brooches, adorned with silver and gold wheat ears and stones from the royal family collection, were frequently worn by Queen Victoria. They became designated heirlooms of the crown upon her passing, passed down from queen to queen. The brooches made appearances on various royal figures, including Princess Margaret, who wore a diamond wheat ear brooch for a fundraising ball in 1951. Queen Elizabeth lent 3 of these brooches to her granddaughter, Princess Eugenie, for her wedding dinner in 2018. Lady Sarah also wore the diamond wheat ear brooch for the Duke of Edinburgh's memorial service. 21. Royal Family Order. The Royal Family Order, initiated by King George IV, honors female members of the British royal family. The badge features a diamond-set portrait of the reigning sovereign, suspended from a ribbon in the monarch's chosen color. Queen Elizabeth designed her own royal family order, featuring her portrait surrounded by diamonds on a pale yellow ribbon. During the state banquet, welcoming President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa in November, Queen Camilla, Kate, and Sophie all wore the late Queen's royal family order. These brooches tell captivating stories of royal history and emotions. They serve as a medium for royal women to express their connections, pay tribute to loved ones, and convey subtle messages. The brooch code is a testament to the enduring tradition and significance of jewelry in the royal family.
Don't miss important news. Subscribe. Thank you.